American Council on Exercise Personal Trainer Manual 5th Edition, Chapter 2, written by Tracy Rogers. Tracy Rogers, PhD, is a sport and exercise psychology specialist and an assistant professor in the Human Movement Program at the Arizona School of Health Sciences at A.T. Still University. Dr. Rogers teaches, speaks, and writes on psychological constructs related to behavioral change and physical activity participation and adherence. Principles of motivation and adherence. With only approximately 20% of U.S. adults meeting both aerobic activity and muscle strengthening guidelines, it is clear that fitness professionals have a significant challenge in getting people motivated to start and then stick with an exercise program. From a fitness perspective, these are really two separate issues. There is a great difference between motivating someone to start a new program and motivating someone to stick with a program once he or she has begun. For the purpose of this chapter, and to best address the issues that personal trainers face on a daily basis related to adherence, the focus will be on increasing the likelihood that people will adhere to a program once they have started. In other words, personal trainers must learn to maximize the experiences of their current clients. Key concept. The issue of exercise adoption has received more research attention than exercise adherence and is based mainly around the concept of behavioral change. Adopting any lifestyle modification program, including exercise, requires an individual to break old habits and develop new ones. The motivation to start a new program can come from any source, such as a concern over health, an upcoming event, wanting to look better, and peer pressure. The most important factor, however, in starting an exercise program is the individual. A person cannot be coerced into starting to work out, but he or she must be somewhat ready to make a change. This poses an ongoing challenge to all health and fitness professionals who spend their careers trying to get people to change. Understanding the trans-theoretical model of behavioral change, as in Chapter 4, and using interventions specific to an individual's stage of change will help increase the success of any health and fitness professional who is trying to help others adopt a new behavior. It is important to note, however, that factors that may motivate an individual to start exercising are not the same factors that will keep them participating in an exercise program over the long haul. While getting people to start a new program can be challenging and frustrating, it is a mistake to think that this is the only battle that health and fitness professionals will face. The true challenge for the health and fitness industry is creating programming and exercise environments that maximize the likelihood that a person will stick with the program and adopt an active lifestyle. Motivation is a complex construct that refers to the psychological drive that gives behavior direction and purpose. There is no simple answer or magic pill to create motivation, which requires the personal trainer to practice awareness, communication, and consistency. Once trainers become proficient at helping to motivate others, they will understand the impact they have in changing lives and promoting lifelong physical activity. For the purposes of a health and fitness professional, exercise adherence refers to voluntary and active involvement in an exercise program. For the majority of clients, a moderate intensity exercise program is appropriate, and according to the United States Department of Health and Human Services, adults should engage in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity aerobic physical activity each week. These guidelines are based on the substantial health benefits received from this amount of activity, but they also recognize that any activity is better than none. Additionally, it is recommended that adults engage in muscle strengthening activities that are moderate or high intensity and involve all major muscle groups on 2 or more days a week, as these activities provide additional health benefits. For people who are physically active, reaching these recommended levels is typically not a problem, but they may seem intimidating for a new exerciser. Therefore, it is the fitness professional's responsibility to break these guidelines down into a manageable and achievable program. Researchers have also suggested that following such guidelines too closely can prevent a trainer from creating an individualized program. Recommended activity guidelines should only guide a trainer in creating a program that meets the needs and preferences of each individual client. Taking a one-size-fits-all approach to program design is detrimental to long-term adherence. Instead, trainers should be mindful of general guidelines while personalizing exercise programs that people actually enjoy. Most people know that being physically active has many health benefits and have even started an exercise program at some time in their lives. Yet, a well-known statistic states that more than 50% of people who start a new program will drop out within the first 6 months, which demonstrates that existing programming models may not be effective for getting the majority of people to stick with the program. Unfortunately, the solution is not simple. There are many factors related to exercise that influence adherence and dropout, e.g., environment, support, leadership, and knowledge. Because there is no exact formula for helping people continue with a program, it is up to personal trainers to combine all of their interpersonal communication and program design skills to create well-rounded exercise programs that not only get people fit and healthy, but that also create an exercise experience that is positive and valued by the clients. Understanding motivation. What is motivation and how does a person get it? The answer to this question is complex and multifaceted. It would be much easier to build motivation if it came from a single source and worked the same for all people. The reality is that motivation can be a lot of different things. It can come from within a person and is sometimes described as a personality trait. It can also come from other people's encouragement, guidance, and support. Motivation can even come from things, ideas, and events. Regardless of the source of motivation, even if it is external, the individual always plays an important role. Most fitness professionals will attest to the fact that it is nearly impossible to motivate someone who does not want to be motivated. The individual must buy into the process and into the motivators, whatever they may be. Because of the complexity of motivation, it is often a difficult topic for personal trainers to handle. Some clients are self-motivated, eager to be in the gym, and ready to get to work, while others make excuses, are inconsistent, and constantly complain. The natural tendency is for personal trainers to describe an eager, hardworking client as motivated and a difficult client as unmotivated, and this is likely an accurate assessment. However, it is more important to evaluate how trainers deal with each type of client. Is it true that eager clients will never need any motivational support from the trainer? Is the difficult client a lost cause? The truth is that, while the individual plays a critical role, his or her attitude toward exercise is not the only factor influencing motivation. Both of these clients will need guidance and help in maintaining and building motivation for sustained exercise participation. Because of the importance and complexity of motivation, numerous theoretical constructs have been proposed to explain motivation and its relationship with performance and achievement. Two commonly discussed approaches for evaluating motivation are intrinsic and extrinsic motivation and self-efficacy.